thing is flipping rapid.
Hello world, welcome back to Accelerate and welcome to the BMW M140i.
These are very popular cars on the scene at the moment, and we want to see what all the fuss is about.
The 1 Series was released in 2004 and is BMW's smallest model offering, technically replacing the only other hatchback ever offered by BMW, the 3 Series Compact. The idea was to offer a practical, affordable entrance into BMW ownership. The hatchback design was very controversial upon release, as BMWs at the time were commonly known to be large saloons or estate variants. The 1 Series model line is a vast one, with the base model offering a 1.6 4-cylinder engine producing 120 brake horsepower, and the range-topping M140i offering a 6-cylinder turbocharged engine producing 335 brake horsepower from the factory. The power of the M140i, coupled with a curb weight of 1,475 kilograms, means 0 to 60 is dealt with in just 4.5 seconds, with a limited top speed of 155 mph. Impressive numbers for BMW's entry-level model. This is a big reason as to why they are so popular.
Another reason these cars are so popular on the scene at the moment is simply down to their tuning capabilities. So I want to say a massive thanks to Rocky for letting us use his great modified example today. The more that these companies are dealing with the B58, it is quite simple to go from 335 horsepower from the factory all the way up to around 430 just from a simple remap. And going from there, what we've got in front of us now, Rocky's is what the Beamer boys are calling Stage 2+, which makes me, yes, I know, bear with us. But with these simple mods, he has simply done a high pressure fuel pump, an intake mod, sports cat, and a remap, and this thing is dyno proven at 490 horsepower. As the revisions have gone on, they have done a very good job of modernizing them. The LED headlights, for example, are a statement of any modern BMW, and with their new LED design, they do work very well. The kidney grille, the iconic kidney grille, is growing at a scary rate. In this generation, they're still a tolerable size. And with the M-Class, the M140i's and the M135s, you do get the much deeper intake vents on the front bumpers as well. The 18-inch 5 split-spoke alloy wheels are another statement of the I don't want to call it an M car, the M series, the M140, the M135. And they do run a staggered setup, which simply means the rear wheels are wider for added stability, particularly at speed. Sat behind the 18-inch wheels, we have got BMW's M Performance brakes, and on Rocky's example, we have got the J hook discs as well. They have put some styling cues, so you have got the contours going down the body, which leads us nicely to the rear end. The rear end of the later 1 Series that we have here, in my opinion, the more modern LED rear lights are a far cry from the original ones I wasn't the biggest fan of, but again, modernising it in a great way. With the 140i and the 135i, you do get the much more aggressive diffuser with the dual exit exhaust, and I can tell you this does not sound stock.
So stepping into the interior of this 1 Series, you are greeted with BMW's, I want to say, quite basic dash layout. Now, I know a lot of people do complain that it's a bit boring, but everything is what we would expect from BMW. It is quality, it's easy to use. They've used this design pretty much over the last, I would say, 20 years. But once again, it works so well. They've obviously modernized it with some LEDs and this screen, which we were pointed out earlier that it's nice, it's not too over the top. The touch points, the steering wheel is absolutely stunning. It's one of my favorite parts of this interior. It's absolutely massive, it's chunky. You got the flappy paddle gearbox, you got all your controls at your use, automatic wipers, lights, everything you would expect, dual climate control. So everything in this car is very intuitive, it's easy to use. The layout, especially on the sat nav and the nav system, it's all quite basic, to be honest, quite easy to use. You have got the 8-speed ZF gearbox, which is absolutely fantastic. They use it in most things these days, and there's a reason. And one thing we do want to point out, look at this. It's a mechanical handbrake. None of this electric stuff. So yeah, overall, I think it's quite nice. The seats are so comfortable, but also so supportive. I'm a bigger guy, and I fit in these really, really nice. As you join me in the rear of this car, it's not very big. That's obviously a normal driving position for myself. As you can see, it has got little knee points, but I think over the long distance, this wouldn't be very, very comfortable. The seats are very good, obviously for kids. It's quite basic in the back. Once again, it's BMW. Electric windows, you got your piano black trims that follow from the front to the rear, Harman Kardon sound system with the speakers just behind you, and you've got some heating controls, but yeah, pretty basic in the back. once again, for the kids, it's plenty.
Due to a bit of an emergency this morning, we haven't had a chance to wash this car, so please don't judge us. But what we're going to do now is the fun part and get it out on the road. We're going to see what it's all about.
And I ain't stopping. No, I ain't stopping. I'm just getting started. Let's go. My skin is pale, but I'm a black sheep. Riding through the city, Satan in the backseat. Hey, yo, that's me. I run it like a track meet, a rap beat. I go far high like an athlete. Step in the beat and sack around that 808. The vibe is dope, the beat is cracking. Now it's getting laced. I'm smoking the beat.
Out on the road in the 140i. The thing that strikes you immediately, you know quickly that you're in a BMW, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. One of my favorite things about BMW, or more modern BMWs at least, is this big, chunky steering wheel. It's so satisfying to hold. You've got the perforated leather and the beautiful leather on the top and the bottom. And what is surprising, in the normal comfort mode, starting off in comfort mode, the steering is light for a BMW. Everyone that we've done normally, particularly the older ones, they're renowned for their heavy steering. Rocky does inform me that in sport mode it does tighten up and get a bit heavier, because obviously you get a bit more feedback through the wheel when you're going a bit quick. This ZF box, the 8-speed ZF box, as Kenny says, they use it in everything, and there's a darn good reason why. It's the torque converter, not a dual clutch, which I personally prefer. They tend to be a bit smoother on the get-go and during if you're in traffic. But the gear changes on modern ones, you would never know that it's not a dual clutch. So for me, it's the best of both worlds, and I'm very happy. Whereas I would normally say, oh, I want a manual, I'm very happy today that we get to test drive this one with the ZF box in it. Now, when I'm driving an automatic car, I much prefer to have it in manual mode when I'm driving fast. Ironic, I know, because that's the whole point of an auto, but what we're going to do now is put my foot down and see how it responds in comfort mode. There's a bit of a delay on the downshift, obviously. Holy crap, this thing pulls well. Whew. So even in comfort mode, obviously the car expects you to be driving very sensibly, but even that, I planted my foot. Bearing in mind it's got to skip down a fair few gears. You get the initial delay that you expect, but it pulled a lot better than I thought. We are in Sport Plus, we are on our great road, so let's see what she can do. I want you guys to see this, because Sport Plus is no traction, and it's basically you on your own. Holy crap, this thing moves. And there's the pops. Okay, so I was expecting this to feel very heavy, but we're going to get to some corners. This is a bit I'm a little bit nervous about, because this car does scare me a little bit, I'm not going to lie, because the factory 140s come with an open diff. There we are, spinning. Okay, Rocky did tell me, although it spins, it is fun. Holy crap. Yeah, and even with traction off, you do, oh my god, you've got to be very aware that that inside wheel is going to spin. Christ, the grunt on this thing. Bit twitchy there, wow. And good job we got these M Performance brakes. Oh my word. Yeah, this thing is an absolute brute. Rocky warned me not to use Sport Plus unless I was confident. I was feeling I had my big boy pants on today, so... Jesus, this thing's a... Jesus! I can understand why youngsters get hold of these, run really high power through them, and get themselves into trouble. We're very fortunate. We've driven many high-powered cars, rear-wheel drive. It's not as twitchy as I thought. That was fun. Maybe not the fastest, because you are spinning the wheels a lot of the time, but it gets your adrenaline pumping. And I want to state that Rocky basically said we can't do this unless we rag it, because you've got to get the most out of these things. So I am forever grateful for that, and he is right. I'm so glad that we... Nope, careful of the sheep there. Yes, we are in Wales, folks, as you, in case you didn't know. So I'll try and be a bit quiet going past. Look at that view. one way that described a good friend of mine. His dad actually races cars. He had one of these as a daily, and he said it does feel like the back end was designed by a different person than the front. I kind of see what he's saying, but as a fun car, I mean, Rocky, where the hell's it going on? Rocky uses this as a daily. This is his only vehicle, and as an all-rounder, I mean, as I said, you can drive these things very, very gingerly, and they're so nice to drive. It's a BMW, and then when you put it into Sport Plus or Sport, it comes alive, and it gives you a heck of a rush if you've got the confidence and you know what you're doing. But I'm very curious to see his reaction now.
Yep. That gear change, man. Oh. Bloody hell, it's the first time I've lifted today, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
It's, oh man. I can see why people like these things. They're fun, innit?
Like, for the money you pay for this performance, I mean, that's obviously a big reason why they're so popular, because find me another car that will do that for this price.
I wasn't expecting, like, when it's like in first gear, it's sort of, and it's quick, but then all of a sudden it changes gear into second.
Grips
it's
a little
even
bit.
like, it feels like boost by gear. It just kicks harder, doesn't it?
And I'm sure the both of us went into the seat, and that wasn't exaggerated.
No, genuinely.
But what I want to point out, I cannot drive an auto car fast without it being in manual mode. You were in auto mode then?
Yeah, and I do use auto, but with manual mode. Switch me
You
in.
can either use that or use shift gears just to make sure. Now we can even go you're on, yeah. Isn't it playful?
It is very, like I said, I was expecting it to be a little bit twitchier than this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, that, man, this thing. Yeah. There it goes.
See?
Look at the traction's off. Oh, it gets through the gear so quickly. I wasn't expecting it to hit the limiter then.
Yeah. Well, when you think you're in, I forget it's an 8-speed, so I'm thinking, oh, I need to be in third, and you're actually in frickin' 6th or something. It's nuts.
It's insane, like doing. And I really didn't think the handling was going to be there, because let's face it, these cars are not really known for that. I've seen a few on track do well.
Yeah.
But it's really, really nimble on the front end.
Well, we said the main reason, let's face it, the main reason people buy these is because they are freaking fast in a straight line. A lot of the people that buy them are not bothered about the corners.
Oh man, I know, but it seems really nimble on the front. Oh.
And I thought that was going to be the negative of the video, was okay, the handling's not the best, but it has surprised me.
It has, like, with all that power going down them rear wheels.
Well, the one wheel.
Yeah, okay.
It's not on LSD as well.
Not on LSD, which actually helps.
Yeah.
Because it does give you that little bit more grip with 3 wheels as opposed to 2.
Yeah.
But
and it's more predictable.
It's way more predictable.
Yeah.
Like I say, do I with an LSD, I'm sure we would have been sideways there.
Well, I've read reviews of people saying, I've fitted an LSD and my car won't stop sliding. I actually read someone said that. They were like, what's wrong? And it's like, you got to bear in mind, guys, you got 2 wheels spinning then. You'd only rear grip. They're both spinning. That's what happens with an LSD. If you want fun handling, like I said, Rocky dailies this, and he'll take it out for fun. For fun, 100%.
Yeah.
It won't be the fastest around corners with the open diff and that, but
you'll catch them on the streets.
yeah, if you're not bothered about that, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be racing people in a straight line. So
As I say, imagine this thing off the lights, do you mean?
Yeah.
And that leads us to our next thing, 0 to 60.
yes. Ooh. We have got the draggy set up. We are in drive. I'm going to put it in Sport Plus, which is no traction, but when I gave it a little brake boost before, it did launch very well. I'm going to do a launch in auto and a launch in manual to see which is best. So I think we're ready to go. Give Kenny the thumbs up and a bit of boost and... certainly felt quick and violent, so violent it actually threw my phone. I don't know where it went. So that was a verified 0 to 60 of 4.49 seconds. Ooh. And it did feel like it was spinning a bit. That is impressive. Standard, I think, is, 4.6. I don't know this car at all.
Yeah.
So that was pretty decent.
Let's go again.
Yes. Draggy setup for this second and final run. I don't want to go ragging this car too much. It's not my car. But as I said, I'm going to give a bit of brake boost. We are in auto, so I'm going to let the car do its thing. And we are going to... This thing is flipping rapid. That was a verified 4.47. That was Rocky's BMW M140i, the 500 brake monster.
Yeah, now I haven't even met Rocky, so I just want to say a massive thanks to him for trusting me, driving this thing and saying just go mad with it, so we certainly did.
Oh yeah, we didn't hold back, and as I said, Rocky told us, please don't hold back. Going back to what you said, the competitors, the S3s and everything like that are great, but there's something about having a straight six that gives this thing the character that the competitors don't have.
Yes.
And as much as we're all about performance and getting the best times possible, that open diff makes this one heck of a fun car.
It does.
I cannot believe it.
It's mad. We've said it like with the Golf and GTI compared to the Golf R. Obviously, you've got the four-wheel drive system with the Golf R compared to the GTI, which is just crazy, and it just adds to the driving experience, doesn't it?
I think if you had this in an X drive, yeah, it would be quicker. And you'd probably be more focused on, right, get this time whereas in this. You're just like, wow, yes!
Giggling like kids, aren't we? And that's what it's all about. And that's what having a car like this is all about.
Yeah.
In a straight line, this thing is rapid. Yeah, I think I see what the fuss is all about.
Absolutely. I think that's the main thing. We wanted to start off. We were looking forward to this video because we are not the biggest fans, we would say, but we wanted to see what the fuss was about because they are so popular.
Yes.
And the tuning capabilities, everything for the price range, I mean,
this is the thing.
It's a beautiful recipe. So yes, Rocky, as we said, man, we cannot thank you enough for throwing us the keys. He's literally said, take it for the day, put some fuel in the injectors for us, so thank you so much, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Boom!
This went boom a lot.
It did.
Pop
It
and
was
bang.
boppity bangity crap.